Hey guys, welcome back to General Manager Games. My name is Aaron, and this is another episode of Out of the Park Baseball 22 with the Arizona Diamondbacks. And this is your Sunday video. No live stream today, with it being Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to any moms watching this. Not that I anticipate that there are a lot of moms watching this, but if there are, happy Mother's Day. So this is going to be a shorter video. We're going to get through July at a minimum. We may go a little bit further than that, depending on how long the month of July takes. We'll just sort of have to wait and see. So yeah, it's July 1st. So we are going to, I guess, jump right in. We got to do international signing, and then we got the draft coming up. So what do we have for international amateurs? Whoa. And I'm noticing, and I don't think it's a bug necessarily, but what I'm seeing is that in international free agency, you're getting a ton of high-quality, potentially high-quality hitters and almost no pitching. I've done, I don't know, I've simmed maybe 10, 12 international drafts at this point, and they're all the same. They're all a lot of good hitters and no good pitchers. But I guess is realistic. I guess you don't see that many international amateur pitchers signed. They're mostly hitters. So what do we do? I think it's Araujo. I think we just offer Araujo and see if he's interested in coming and playing for the Diamondbacks. Let's offer him his 5 and see if we can get some interest there. So, yeah, so we're going to, if you remember, we got off to a decent start in the season. We were 13-12 in April. May was a cluster. You know what? We were 3-16 in our last 19 games. Bounced back a little bit in June. We're basically a 500 team with May in there. So I don't have a lot that I'm looking to potentially trade. Ranger Suarez is still young. That the contract jumps up a bit next year, but I'm hoping that between Suarez and Webb, that gives us a decent sort of 1-2 combination at the top of our order, or maybe 2-3. If we can find another pitcher in the offseason. So there's not a whole lot here that I'm looking to trade. Dakota. If we have a 2-3-4 of Webb, Suarez, and Dakota Hudson, I'm pretty happy with that. So, yeah, there's not a ton that we'll be looking to move. Maybe Seth Beer is, worn out his welcome in Arizona. He's hitting really well in AAA right now, but yeah, I don't know. There's not a ton that we're looking to move on from right now. So we'll just sort of sim ahead and see what we see, I guess. So, yeah, we'll get up to, I'm not going to make any deals before the draft. So we will just sort of sim up to the draft and kind of see how things go. The first game of the month is a 5-1 win. So we've won 2 in a row over the Brewers. Rodriguez 3 for 4, 3 runs knocked in. Dalton Varsho, a couple of hits. Greer with a couple of hits, top of the order. Lauer picks up the win. And I'm hoping we don't get a notification email, because if we don't get a notification email, that means that the shortstop signed with us. If we get a notification email, that means he's going to sign with somebody else. We'll keep our fingers crossed. And there we go. John Araujo is the newest member of the international complex for the Arizona Diamondbacks. So that is nice. Let's get a scouting report on him. The ratings suggest he's probably not a shortstop unless those ratings change. But we can find room for a bat like that without question. So we win again, 4-2. So we sweep the Milwaukee Brewers. We had 2 hits from Cruz. Keston Hiura knocks in 4 runs against his former team. Let's go, Keston. On pace for 19 home runs, 65 RBIs. The batting eye is not as good as I would have anticipated, given what his ratings are. But Corbin Martin, Frias gets the win. Okay, so we are 2-0 this month. We'll see where we stand come the draft. Maybe we're adding maybe we're going to try to add a piece if we can continue to play well leading up to the draft as we lose 3-2 and 10. 2-0. So offense goes stagnant here a little bit against the Cubs in Wrigley, and a bounce back 3-2 win. 2 in the ninth on a 2-run single by Andrew Vaughn, it looks like. Logan Webb goes 6 shutout innings. That's nice to see. 2 games against the Angels in Anaheim, or I guess Los Angeles. Technically it's Anaheim, but you guys know. All right, so 3 and 4 now as we head into the All-Star break. Not ideal. So we're certainly not going to be adding pieces, I don't think. So let's take a look at the All-Star rosters. We had Camilo Doval, Carson Kelly, and that is it. Doval and Kelly are our 2 All-Stars. What about the prospect game? Santa Maria, 24-year-old closer. Jordan Lawler, Drew Jones. I don't think Jones is, he shouldn't be in rookie ball anymore, so we will go ahead and call him up to A-ball. Hopefully that we see some extra development out of him in A-ball. So we got the draft tomorrow, and we're picking like 8th or something. I think we're picking 8th. Let's get to the draft. 10th. Picking 10th. We were supposed to pick 7th, but there's a comp pick in there. The Orioles are picking 2nd and 3rd. Red Sox moved up from 8 to 6. Royals moved up from 9 to 7, so it dumps us back from 10 to 7. So it thinks we are going to take Nicholas Perez. Meh. So let's get in. Let's get into the draft, and let's pick until our pick. So let's go to batting potential and see what we see. Yuck. Okay. All batters. Guy Garibay. I mean, he's pretty well developed for a 21-year-old. Really good eye and discipline. Corner outfielder. Question is, will he hit for a high enough average? But he's pretty damn good, actually. I kind of like Guy Garibay. We'll see what else is available, but I kind of like him. I like Luke Beckstein out of Lowell, Massachusetts. Goes to Northeastern University. And there are a couple of decent bats here. Jesse Pierce is another good one. Not a great fielder, but looks like he's going to have a little bit of pop. I kind of like Garibay, unless there's a pitcher that really stands out. Connor Sullivan. Yeah, not really. Andrew Taylor. Nick Hamilton's not bad. I wouldn't mind taking him with a second pick. Decent pitching profile, 3 good pitches. Zach Jacobs, really good control. I like that. Extreme fly ball, though, in Arizona is probably not the best thing in the world. I think we're going Garibay. Colin McVeigh, no. So, it comes down to Guy Garibay or Jesse Pierce. The only thing Pierce has going for him is a bit better power. We're going to take Guy Garibay. 21-year-old. Wants well below slot, which is great too. So we will go to our next pick. All right. So we still got Beckstein with that 70 eye is really nice. Antonio Anderson, 18-year-old. He's not a great defensive player, and I guess the bat doesn't really hold up anywhere other than the middle infield. Like, I don't think that's a hitting profile, and it shouldn't matter, but I don't think that's a hitting profile for a corner infielder or a corner outfielder. So I don't know if that's going to work. Let's go back to pitchers. So we got Taylor. Andrew Taylor's not a bad option. I mean, he is the definition of average. I mean, he's 21 years old. He's almost fully developed now, but 50 stuff, 50 movement, 50 control, 4 above average pitches. Everything else is average. And I think that's an okay pick. I really do. I think that's an okay pick. I don't know that we're going to get a ton of growth out of him, but even if those 50s turn into 55s, that turns into a decent pick. Sorry, I got something in my eye. Ow, that hurt. All right, so now what do we got? We got Nick Hamilton is still there. I think that's probably a solid pick. Grab ourselves a pitcher. Control's not great. It's only a 30, but potential 40. 3 good pitches, good stuff, good movement. Yeah, I mean, I'm okay with that. Let's go back to batters. Let's see what we see. So we got George Lombard Jr., Luca Reyes. High adaptability, high work ethic out of an 18-year-old is nice. OSA likes him a little bit more than we do. Yeah, Luca Reyes, 18-year-old with high work ethic. You like to find those. Gavin Black. Yeah, I mean, we need a catch. We need, you can never have too many catchers in your minor league system. Decent catcher ability, good arm, decent enough bat. Yep, Gavin Black. All right, now we're going to start to look for players with individual skill sets, because I think we're beyond the point of finding people that are solid across the board. So you start looking for like fielding ratings. We look for infield and outfield range. So Ariel Antigua. If you didn't have low work ethic, that would be not a terrible pick for an 18-year-old. What about outfield range? Drew Burris. I mean, he could potentially play all 3 outfield positions. He's 18 years old. I mean, below average hitting tool, but above average fielder, above average base runner. Sure, Drew Burris, come on down. Let's go back here. So Antigua's gone. Gavin Gallagher. There you go. That's the kind of pick I like to make. High leader, high work ethic, decent infielder, decent enough bat. Looks like he's going to potentially have about average power and eye discipline, slightly below average home run power and avoid K. Gavin Gallagher looks like a decent pick. Let's go to individual pitch potential now. Brandon Sproat. 1.5 star, 2-star, high leader, low greed, 3 good pitches. Again, looks pretty well developed, but that's the kind of depth you need in your minor league system. Eric Reiselman, here's another one. 22 years old, 4 good pitches. If that control can improve, we'll have a decent pitcher there. That's not our pick. Let's get to our next pick. Troy Taylor, low work ethic. I'm not interested in that. Chase Dollander, nope. Josh Eknes, high work ethic. Good fastball, good slider. I mean, come on. It's Josh Eknes. For those of you who don't know what that means, I would tell you to go back and watch my Texas Rangers Draft the Glory that we did on GM Games last winter. Josh Eknes was a key part of that team. Brandon Neek. Excuse me. Mac Anglin. David Falco looks okay. I mean, he's 22, so again, I don't know how much development you're going to get, but 3+ pitches. It's not our pick. Is he there? He is. All right. So he's there. What do we want to look at now? Let's see if there's anything left, like anybody with a plus hit tool of any sort. Pete Kraska, low work ethic. Gavin Cassis, is that Tristan's younger brother? I don't have any idea. Jason Hodges. Decent power bat. I don't know that he's ever going to develop beyond that. Caden Kaiser. I think we're going to take Hodges. It's not our pick. We're not going to take Hodges because somebody else took him. All right. Justin Best. Sure. 18 years old. Has some potential. Who's got the best batting eye? Elijah Rodriguez. Okay, that's not bad. 20 years old. I mean, his hitting tool is almost fully developed. If that eye and discipline develops from a 30 to a 65, you have a decent player there. So we're going to take assuming he's there with our next pick, and he is. We're going to take that pick, and then we're going to let the AI do the rest. That's 14 picks that we made. Not a terrible draft. I don't know how high-end the talent's going to be, but not a terrible draft. So let's negotiate. Yeah, we have plenty of money. And we are missing our third-round pick because of the Correa signing. But I'm okay. I mean, I'm pretty happy, actually, with Garibay. I mean, he looks like he could be a pretty solid player. Can play either left or right. He still has some room to grow, but looks like he could be a decent player. Andrew Taylor, again, is probably going to start in high A ball just because there's not a lot of development there. But if he can get a bump, all of a sudden you're looking at 55, 55, 55 with 4+ pitches. That's a really good starter. Nick Hamilton, again, still some room to grow. And Luca Reyes, the 18-year-old. So not, all in all, not a terrible draft, I guess. Let's go in here. And I'm just going to let the AI set up the minor leagues. Anything that we need to change, anything that I want to change after they set up the minor leagues? Nope, all those guys are fine there. Jefferson Cuero's up to 1.5 stars, putting up an 800 OPS, but a 98 OPS plus. That's interesting. And we'll let him stay in A-ball for now. I don't think Santa Maria was in the prospects game. Brandon Fat looks like he's getting a little better. Mitchell, that's a great name, Mitchell Stumpo. So it looks like we got a few younger players that may need a shot here. They're starting to get up there in age a little bit. Stumpo, Fott, Fisher, none of them are great, but they're all good enough that they could potentially help help the big team. David Ramsey, he's still coming along. We're not going to rush him. We got a ton of sort of 2.5 star, 3-star type depth in our system that we just don't have a need. I don't say not a need for, but if we can turn 2 3.5 star players into 1 3-star player, I feel like that's worth it. Ellis is down to 2 stars. No one's going to want him. Ryan Weiss. 50-50. I mean, that, again, he looks just like Andrew Taylor, except he's 26. So I want to, who I want to try to trade? Corbin Martin. He hasn't been particularly good. And while his ARB number next year isn't a ton, it's like $1.5 million. If that's $1.5 million I can shave, I may as well do that. I could pick up Jose Trevino. It's actually not a bad idea. If we pick up Trevino, And then we also give them... We have a ton of catchers in our minor league system, and Herrera's kind of a D-bag. So if we get rid of him, Buddy Kennedy, we could get him back. He still doesn't have a position. We could get him back. Just looking for some... I don't know what I'm looking for. Pitching depth. Yeah, you know, just a kind of high ceiling type prospect. I don't really know. Trey Sweeney's not really a shortstop. Jason Rosario. I don't really know what I'm looking for. Yeah, it doesn't look like they're willing to give up any of their prospects. Yeah, it's not a deal I'm willing to make. Who are our big league catchers right now? Kelly and who? Oh, that's right, Yerzy. And I love Andy Yerzy. What's his ARB number? 1.5. That's reasonable. And, I mean, maybe that gives us a window to trade Carson Kelly. We could run with Trevino and Yerzy until... God, I mean, that's crazy, right? And we could run with those two until Cuero or Del Castillo are ready. I mean, maybe. I want to see something. Let's see what we can. Let's see if there's any interest in Carson Kelly. Not a ton, which is a bit surprising. Cleveland willing to give up some starting pitching, but nothing that's going to knock your socks off, so to speak. Royals offering up Brad Keller. Couple decent bullpen arms. Losiga and LeMay. Jeffrey Springs from Tampa, but he's 30. Yeah, that's kind of disappointing. God, he wants $13 million next year in arbitration. I don't know that I can afford that or that I want to afford that. What if I retain the rest of his contract this year? I'm leaning towards trading Kelly. If I can get anything close to a decent return, I'm thinking about trading Kelly. Savali, no. And Losiga is really good, but his ARB number is going to be $10.5 million for a bullpen arm. LeMay's really good, but he's a free agent at the end of the year. Jordan Hicks is a starter. His contract is up at the end of the year as well. Yeah, I mean, if these were his ratings, that would be... Let's get a scouting report, because if these are his ratings and not this, I mean, that feels like a decent deal because we would have the money to bring him back. And that's it. All right. Let's get ahead a couple of days. Let's see what we see about Jordan Hicks, and then we'll go from there. Okay, first game out of the break at home against Colorado is a 9-2 loss. That's no good. So that's 3 losses in a row, and there's a win. So we get a trade offer from Toronto, Trevor Richards and Luis Meza, who's no good, for Herrera and Corniel. Nope. All right, so here's the scouting report on Hicks. Yeah. 65 stuff, 70 movement, 40 control, throws 101 miles an hour. I mean, okay, you can't think of a good reason not to accept the offer. At what point do they just say okay? Oops. Okay, so it's 100%, 90, 80. All right, so at 80% they accept. I mean, this gives us additional pitching, and then we can make that trade with the Yankees and bring in Trevino and run with Trevino and Yerzy in the behind the plate. Yeah, I mean, I think I'm okay with that. Can we get anything else from the Cardinals here, though? Brett Wozniak. Give me Zach Thompson. David Jones, Lawler, Cuero. Nope. That, if I retain all, no, okay. So I think I'm going to do this. I'm going to trade Carson Kelly and retain 80% and bring back Jordan Hicks, and then we will talk to the Yankees and we will get Trevino for some stuff. So I'm going to pull the trigger here. Yeah, yep. They don't like the fact that we let Carson Kelly leave, but like the fact that we bring in Jordan Hicks. So we can now move Hicks into the rotation. Replace Corbin Martin, who's terrible. And then we can go back to the trade block. Go to initiate trade, find the New York Yankees. Get ourselves a catching, not really a prospect at age 30. So they'll accept the deal like that. They'll accept the deal just for Martin. Okay. Well, then that's fine. That is fine. I keep looking at Antonio Gomez, but we don't really need another catcher. Another catching prospect. Elijah Dunham. Can we get a bullpen arm? Not going to happen unless I add some sugar. David Jones, Lawler, Cuero. Okay. Yeah, I'm fine with this. Jose Trevino for Corbin Martin. We'll make the deal. All right. So that's going to make Trevino the starter now. I mean, he's significantly better against lefties, but I mean, that's fine. That is fine. So Trevino and Yerzy are now our starters. And so we went 12-2 here. What happened? Alek Thomas, 5 for 6, 5 RBIs. Greer has 3 hits. Varsho, 2 hits. Hero goes 4 for 4 with 3 knocked in. Lauer picks up the win. So let's now, I just want to see, what does Jordan Hicks want to come back? Oof. Okay. I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter because our catcher wanted $13 million. So, now we're just talking. Because now, honestly, Webb, Hicks, Suarez, and Dakota Hudson, that's not a bad 2, 3, 4, 5. We still lack an ace, but that's not a bad 2, 3, 4, 5. Whether or not we'll be able to afford all those players next year remains to be seen. But we do have $28 million for extensions now. But that's partially because Kelly was on here as an ARB number, and that number is now gone. So Logan Webb, so 7 and 8. He's not interested in discussing with us right now. Okay. I was hoping maybe we could sign him long term. What about Suarez? God, so much money. I'm not. Yeah. All right. Let's get through a couple more days. I may still look to move Herrera and Beer, but it'll be after a few more series. 4-3 loss, or a few more games, I should say. So we lose 3 out of 4 coming out of the break after losing 4 out of 5 going into the break. So that's 2 and 7 in our last 9. 2 and 7 in our last 9. There we go. We beat the Mets 5-2. Dalton Varsho, couple hits, couple RBIs. Cruz, 3 hits, 2 RBIs. Suarez gets the win. How did Hicks do in his first start with us? Pitched 4 innings. He only has 40 stamina, but I may have to look at his what do you call it? Strategies. A couple more losses. Yeah, we're just not playing well. We're not hitting. We're not pitching. I feel like we should be doing both better. I feel like our team is not that bad. Andrew Vaughn is absolutely crapping the bed. Rodriguez, power hasn't shown up yet. Batting average is okay. But until he starts to hit for some power, it's an empty average because there's not really a lot of gap power. There's no on-base percentage. But, I mean, he's 4.5 stars, so we let him grow. All right, so we got San Diego now. Let's get through the San Diego series, and then we'll see about maybe making a deal or two from our minor league depth. All right, now what happened here? Tatis 4 for 4 for them. 2 hits, 3 RBIs for Cruz and Luplow. 2 hits for Correa and Varsho and Thomas. Hicks goes 2 innings, gives up 5 runs. All right. Well, so far, not so good for Jordan Hicks, but, hopefully he can turn it around. 8-3 loss. 1-0 victory. Rodriguez with his 5th home run of the year. Suarez goes 6 shutout. Yeah, Suarez has pitched really well for us. His ARB number just went up to 12. It was 9. It just went up to 12. We will be able to clear Weaver. Potentially... Yeah, I mean, there's $100 million. We got a lot of players on the 40-man that probably don't belong there, so we can probably save some money there as well as we trim down the 40-man. So let's see about this whole Beer and Herrera thing. Let's see if we can get anything of note. If I just retain... Anybody interested in a Seth Beer, Jose Herrera package? Meh. Meh is probably the best way to explain it. There's Tom Cosgrove. He's not bad. He'll be out for a while with a Tommy John surgery. I was hoping there was somebody making the minimum. Nope, not a single prospect. All right, well, that's fine. I mean, that just means that maybe in the offseason, or, maybe one of these guys gets DFA'd at some point. I'm not averse to it. I don't have to get maximum talent for every single player on my team. So we'll get up. We'll sim up to the trade deadline or thereabouts and see what we can do. So we win back-to-back games against San Diego. We win here 7-4. Alec Thomas, couple of hits. Luplow with a home run. Andrew Vaughn, a couple of hits. Logan Webb is 7-10 now on the season. Frias seems to be pitching a lot in high. I don't want him as my setup man, but I don't really have another option. There aren't a lot of good pitchers on this team. Yeah, there just aren't a lot of options. We don't have a lot of bullpen arms. Caleb Freeman is probably the strongest. Oh, no. Oh, foot contusion. Okay. Caleb Freeman's probably the best arm that we have in our system right now. Him and Hugo Fisher's not bad. Walks a lot of batters, but I kind of want to get Freeman back out there. Frias has been not good. We're going to get Freeman back up in the majors, make him our setup man, and go from there. So we've won 3 out of 4. We're in Colorado for 4. Let's see how this goes. 5-4 wins, so 3 straight victories. 10 games under 500. Alec Thomas is a pinch hit. 2-run single. Correa with 2 hits, Varsho with 2 hits, Cruz with 2 hits, Vaughn with 2 hits. Lauer goes 5. And we get the win. All right. Let's keep going. Another win, 3-2. Rodriguez 3 hits out of the top of the order. Hicks goes 6 2/3. That's what I like to see. Strikes out 9. That's a good start. And I wouldn't mind bringing Hicks back. He's down now to 3 for 14. I mean, if I could get him for like... Yeah. Let's offer it. 3 years, $33 million for Jordan Hicks. I just feel like he still has some room for growth. He has high work ethic. He's never going to be anything more than a 5-and-dive type of pitcher. But I don't know. I mean, that's a reasonable contract. It's not long. It's only 3 years, so it's not going to hamstring us. 6-1 loss. 6-2 win. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 out of 8 for Arizona here as we approach the end of the month. Vaughn, 3 hits, 2 RBIs, starting to hit a little bit. That's nice. Cruz, 2 for 4. Still not showing a ton of power. But, I mean, he does have, 33 extra base hits. He's on pace for 51 extra base hits, which I can't really complain about. Playing above average defense, stealing some bases. So, I mean, he's been okay. All right, so final 3 games of the month, we're at home against the Dodgers. We'll take one more dive into the trade block and see about making some moves, and then we'll get to the end of the month, and then I'll figure out what to do from there. So Hicks signed that contract, 3 years, $33 million. It's a player option for that last year, so if he pitches well, he'll likely opt out of it. If he doesn't pitch well, yeah, it is what it is. Cubs want to send us Patrick Wisdom, getting Yanni Hernandez, Christian Robinson, and Santa Maria. I'm going to say no to that. But let's see what we can do here for Robinson and Beer. I mean, I wouldn't mind. I'd like to package Robinson, Beer, and Herrera and see if we can get something of interest. But you can't do more than 2 players here, so... Clark. Let's look at the trade block for relievers. I mean, you can get a 30-year-old reliever and sign him to a 2 or 3 year contract. It's not unreasonable. Like Kendall Graveman, he hasn't been particularly good, but 8 this year, 8 next year. That's more than I'd like to pay. What about Taylor Rogers? 8.6. Sewell's making 2.1 in ARB. His ARB number's 2.4. I mean, maybe they have some interest in some of our 4A type players. So if we give you him and him, what about if we give you him, and where is he? Is he in AA now? Yeah, none of those are players I'm interested in trading you, though. Let's submit the offer and go one more day. See if they give us an answer here. No way. Okay. All right, so did we just win our second game in a row against the Dodgers? No, we lost 2-1 yesterday. We went 5-4 in extras. Greer with a couple of hits, Cruz with a couple of hits, couple RBIs, Lopez couple hits, couple RBIs. Hicks goes 6 shutout innings. Workman blows the save. Pacheco gets the win. Actually, Freeman blew the save technically. So back-to-back good starts from Hicks. All right, what do we want to do? Offense hasn't been great. Pitching hasn't been great. I feel like Webb, Hicks, Suarez, and Hudson, when he comes back, is a decent 2, 3, 4, 5. I feel like we need to add a top-notch starter, and we definitely need to add some bullpen help. But I don't think our rotation is all that bad anymore. Small is going to go to the minors. He hasn't pitched well. And we are going to call up Ryan Weiss because he's 26. And we got to see what he's got. Oh, did our draft picks sign? They did indeed. So we will disable the AI promotion. Taylor's going to go to high A ball. Garibay is going to go to high A ball as well. Yeah, he was dominating rookie ball, and Garibay was dominating rookie ball. So they're both going to go to high A ball for now. Taylor, his movement dropped down to a 45. But again, I feel like if he can, if the work ethic can cause he can get a bump in any one of these, I feel like that's a decent pick. So we have to, okay, so we got Weiss in the rotation. Any salaries that we want to try to move? I don't think there are any salaries we want to try to move right now. I mean, does anybody want Luke Weaver? I mean, I'm looking for a minor league, somebody that's not on the 40-man, just looking for a minor league contract. Nope. Okay. What if I gave you Seth Beer? What if I gave you Seth Beer and Jose Herrera? Okay, so they like Jason Guzman. Decent. Yeah, I mean, I like him too, I guess. Frias. Okay, so Frias and Guzman get it done. Tommy Henry. That gets it done. All right, so it looks like we need one of those a little bit more developed type pitchers. Yeah, it doesn't do it at all. And I'd be fine giving up Fat. Yeah, that's not enough for them. So I guess, Graveman would immediately be one of the best pitchers on our team. Extreme ground ball. If we can get him for free, I feel like it's worth giving up someone like Luis Frias, honestly. So we're only going to save 1.8 this year, but we get a decent bullpen arm for free for next season. And we give up 4 players that really aren't in our plans. I'm going to do that. Maybe that was a little hasty on my part. I don't know. But, and then he can get DFA'd. That was the guy we got in the Mad Bum deal. Let's get Graveman in there. And he will be middle relief, used more often. All right. So those are all the deals we're going to make. I think we got to be close to 45 minutes at this point, right? Yeah, we're at 46 minutes. All right. So let's sim the day. We will review the team, and I think we will call it an episode here, guys. Like I said, a bit shorter episode today, given that it's Mother's Day. And, yeah. So the next video will come out later in the week. So Jordan Lawler, looks like he's getting better. Jamison Hill got better, but is hurt. Garibay immediately gets better. Yeah, I like that. Blanco, we got him in a trade, right? We got him in a deal last year. Good contact. The power's not there yet, but it'll come along. So, AL Batter of the Month, Cedric Mullins. In the NL, it is Luis Urias. Loisaga, the AL Pitcher of the Month, Trevor Bauer. In the NL, AL Rookie of the Month, Jacob Hernandez. In the NL, Jordan Wicks. All right, so from a batting perspective, lot of young players that we just need to give time to. Correa, obviously, not the youngest player, but still only 28, put up 4 WAR, on pace for a almost 6 WAR season, which is exactly what we wanted. Dalton Varsho, a lot of talks about trading him, but he just continues to perform. He's on pace for 3 WAR this year, 18 home runs, 83 RBIs. I don't know if he's the long-term answer, but for what he's being paid, he's exceeding expectations. Alec Thomas is having a nice season. Yeah, I guess I would like to see. I assumed the WAR would be a little higher. Yeah, he's been playing a lot of center field, and he's not really shouldn't be there. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Varsho is a 60 outfield range. Alec Thomas is a 60. Yeah, I don't know. He hasn't been great in center field. He's been pretty good in left. O'Neal Cruz, almost a WAR. Again, stealing some bases, getting some extra base hits. Not a ton of power, striking out a crap ton. Kyle Greer's not really hitting, but good defense. Very good defense out of him in center field. Jose Rodriguez, power's still not there, but that average is starting to creep up to 285. Lopez was our other Rule 5 guy. He's almost exactly league average. Trevino, we picked up at the deadline. Luplo's not hitting, so he's likely to get moved in the offseason. Yerzy, I love. I love these batting ratings out of a backup catcher. Hura, I don't know. He's a captain. It's all he's really got going for him. And then Andrew Vaughn has been a mess. He's been an absolute mess. Yeah, we need to figure out. So in the offseason, when we get there, we're basically set in left field, center field, shortstop, and second. And third, I guess, O'Neal Cruz. So first base, catcher, right field, kind of where our focus is going to be. And from a pitching perspective, I think I've done a nice job rebuilding the pitching staff here a little bit. Ranger Suarez has been really good for us. I don't know that, we'll be able to bring him back. He's ARB eligible, but I don't know that, we'll see what sort of value he has. Maybe we can get a player that's 80% of him for 30% of the cost. Jordan Hicks, we just signed to a contract extension, 3 years, $33 million. We'll see how it goes. He's had 2 really good starts in a row for us. Really only 1 bad start. Only went 4 innings in his debut, but pitched well. Strikeout, ground ball pitcher. Duvall's been awesome. Logan Webb has bounced back. That FIP is down to 4.31. What's the issue here? He's walking too many batters. Eric Lauer's been fine, I guess. Hunter Stanley was a Rule 5 guy. He's been fine, I guess. Yeah, I think our pitching staff has been okay. There's definitely room for growth, but I think we've been all right. Pipeline. Lawler's our top prospect. We talked about him. Cuero is up to 304, 385, 537. I think it's time to promote Mr. Cuero to Double-A. Ramsey David, I hesitate calling him up at roster expansion. Probably just leave him in AAA for the year. He's 13-2 this season in 19 starts. He's been fantastic. He'll be on the big league roster next year. Fuerte Drew Jones, how's he doing in A-ball? Has he started playing in A-ball yet? He has. He's hitting a $182. That's not good. Vukovic is in AAA, 292, 332, 554. He'll be up next year. Lonnie White, we got him from Pittsburgh last year. He's hitting the ball quite well in A-ball. Probably due for a promotion, but he's still only 20, and those ratings are still not great, so we'll leave him where he is. So things are looking okay, guys. Things are looking okay. So the next episode on Wednesday, I will sim August offline. And if we have any shot at all at the postseason, I'll come back and we'll do September day by day. If we don't have any chance, I'll just sim through the end of the series. Yeah, we're 11 games out, so playoffs are probably a non-factor. So when we come back next episode, it'll probably be the end of the regular season, and next episode will be our off season. So as always, guys, myself as well as the guys over at General Manager Games appreciate your support. Please, if you're enjoying the content, click the like button, click the subscribe button, and give those guys your support. I'll talk to everybody soon. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.